Hey guys, it's Chris, and today, episode 7, I'm going to talk about my experiences with transcendental meditation and see if any of that can bring you any value. So notice I said transcendental meditation, not transcendental medication. So a common thing that seems to occur is without meditation, oftentimes comes medication, has been my experience. And I know quite a few people that this is exactly how it's worked. We get difficulties in our lives, and rather than sit with those difficulties and allow us to feel the way we feel, we try to put a Band-Aid on the pain and do what we can do to remove ourselves from that pain. And now, don't get me wrong, there are absolutely some people with substantial chemical imbalances that need medication, but for many of us and most of us, it's so quick to treat with medication over something like meditation. Specifically, transcendental meditation, I've been doing for 4.5, almost 5 years now. For those of you who aren't familiar with it, it's an ancient type of meditation that comes from northern India. It's been around for thousands of years. It goes back to the old Sanskrit Vedic texts that come that again have been written for thousands of years ago. It was popularized in the West and came out of northern India, the mountains, by a guru in the 60s named the Maharishi Mahesh Yogi. He became really popular from hanging out with the Beatles, or the Beatles hanging out with him when they were over in Europe. In India. So the general understanding of TM, or transcendental meditation, is that we consciously use about 10% of our brain. And if we can transcend our consciousness, even just slightly, we can get our brains to a state where they're fully awake, but there's nothing going on but complete awareness. It's really pretty cool. It's a cool experience. TM.org has beginner classes all over the place. I don't get paid by promoting them. I don't necessarily care if you do or don't try it, but they do have beginning classes all over. They do them in Columbus. There's a cost to it, which sometimes can be prohibitive for folks, but it's a one-time cost. And what I've found is it just gets me to a place of neutral. So it's the first thing I do in the morning, and then I do it again in the afternoon, and it's almost like taking a mini nap. So if you struggle with sleep, or if you struggle with not getting enough rest, getting some of this deep rest through 20 minutes a day of meditation can really be a differentiator. The other thing that it does and has done for me in the time I've been doing it is it allows me to connect in with, to get some intuitive, I don't know what you would call it, almost like, I don't want to say divine inspiration, but you get like this intuitive thoughts that come through this, and through those intuitive thoughts, I'm able to channel those into work, into creativity, into business, into a lot of business actually. So it's not just a thing to stabilize my emotions, which it does, but it also is something that I use as a creative tool. It's something that I use to manifest things into reality. I'm going to talk in another video about what that means further, but for now, even if it's nothing more than getting you to a state of emotional neutral, it can be a really powerful tool to use. So I'll leave it at that. If you have any questions, I'd love to hear if you're meditating or if you thought about meditating. Put it in the comments below. If there's anything I can do to help you today, please reach out. I would love to be a resource for you and a value to you in whatever way I can. Have a great day. I'll be talking tomorrow in video 8 about something that I'm not sure what we'll be talking about.